welcome to another program of One in the Spirit. Today I have a special guest for us, that is Reverend Carolyn Penhale, who will be a new minister in our ministry team here at Orleans United Church, coming in just a week or so. So I thought this would be a wonderful chance for us to get to meet her, to find out a little bit about her. It's a real pleasure to have you here, Carolyn, today to talk about your visions, your life, and give us a bit of an insight as to who you are. So thank you very much for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
And welcome to Orleans United Church.
Oh, you're welcome.
And welcome to Orleans United Church.
Thank you.
So Carolyn, where were you born and where were you raised?
I was born in a place called Pointe Claire, Quebec, just west of Montreal. I believe that's called the West Island. And I think I lived there all of about a week. And then was whisked away to southern Ontario, where I lived in the Hockley Valley and then in Toronto for about 7 years. And when I was 7 years old, my family moved out west.
Oh my goodness.
My mom and I actually took the train from Toronto all the way to Vancouver when I was 7, which was a very neat adventure.
Yeah.
And that means that I consider myself very much a West Coast person, having lived in Vancouver or on Vancouver Island most of my life.
And where did you do your studies?
So my undergraduate studies, I split my time between Simon Fraser University in the Lower Mainland of Vancouver and the University of Alberta. So a few years in Edmonton. And then seminary was the Vancouver School of Theology.
Oh.
And that's on the UBC campus.
All right. Mm-hmm. Little crosstown rivalry going on there.
They were years apart. There wasn't any rivalry left.
So, what brought you into the ministry in the first place?
Well, that's a bit of a long, winding story. I'm one of the ones that didn't think that I was hearing a call to ministry, didn't think I was certainly hearing a call to ordered ministry. I got the tap on the shoulder, if you will, to attend seminary before I knew that it was a call to ministry. And so I had completed a master's in theological studies before I actually did the discernment process with the church. And I did the discernment process with the church because I had a job with the church all of a sudden as the campus minister for the United Church at UBC. And so the discernment process and beginning to work in ministry coincided for me. I fully expected, because the job was at the time classified as designated lay ministry, I fully expected that the discernment process would reveal a call to designated lay ministry. Surprise!
And so what sustains you in your faith today?
Well, the crux of my faith, I think what shows up in almost every sermon I preach, is that I am convicted of the presence of God. I feel the presence of God. And I am assured by the presence of God. And so the practices that I engage in that help me to remember, because I'm quite certain that the presence of God is always there, and I'm the one who wanders off from time to time. So the practices that help me remember, or that help me to come back, range from prayer and meditation on the more quiet or the contemplative side, through to labyrinth walks, or walks in the forest, or singing, either on my own or in a group. Music, I think, is a very powerful way to remember, to have access to that connection. And so those are some of the things that sustain me for sure.
So where was your first call?
This is my first call.
Really?
Orleans United Church is my first call. So I have served in ministry for well over 6 years. But the positions that I have held as paid accountable staff with the United Church have all been on appointment. I worked in campus ministry in Vancouver. I served my internship in a rural charge in a place called Mortlach, Saskatchewan. and I've just completed, or I'm just in the process of completing my time with Église Unie de la Grâce in West Quebec, also on appointment. And so this is my first call.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm delighted.
So when did you move to Ottawa?
I moved to Ottawa in June of 2014 when I began my work in West Quebec with Église Unie de la Grâce, then Collective. And then my dog followed in October of the same year. Oh, it was a bit of a long stretch. So I came in June of 2014. Our fur baby, as I call him, came in October, literally on Thanksgiving weekend of the same year. And my husband stayed behind in Saskatoon, where he was working for a bit, until he was able to find work in Ottawa and joined us in July of 2015.
Wow.
A little bit protracted.
A little odyssey going on.
A little bit.
So, what brought you here to Orleans United Church?
A number of things. First and foremost, I would say the model of ministry here is team ministry. And that kind of opportunity doesn't come up very often. And I have a strong preference for team ministry and for working as part of a team with others in partnership. There's an energy and a synergy that's available in teamwork that I really appreciate and that helps me, I think, to thrive. So that was the first very exciting thing for me. The other thing is a little bit more woo-woo, for lack of a better word, which is to say that ever since I moved to Ottawa, there would be a number of reasons why I would need to come to Orleans. There were people here that I was visiting, or I would just find myself in Orleans over and over and over again. And I had this sense like there was something about this place that was going to be important. I don't know quite what else to say about that, just that I really like the community. And so when I saw that there was a vacancy here and it was team ministry, it was very clear to me that I needed to apply.
So far, how's your experience been here?
Well, I haven't even officially started yet, as you know, but I have had occasion to sit in on a staff meeting, be involved in a little bit of worship planning already for next year. Molly and I have been running off for lunch dates for the last couple of months, which has been wonderful. And so far, I feel very welcomed, and I'm very excited to come on board and get started in January.
Carolyn, thank you so much for doing this with us. This has really been informative, and you've given us a real great insight into who you are. And we look forward to working with you over the next little while. Thanks very much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been fun.
Thank you for being with us. If you have any questions about what we presented today in this program, or you have comments and suggestions for future programs, please get in contact with us at the following coordinates. Thanks very much for being with us.